In a small town in Ohio, there lived a man named Daniel Carter. Daniel wasn't famous, he wasn't rich, and nobody had ever called him special. He was just tired. Every morning at 5:30 a.m., his alarm rang. Not because he loved mornings, but because he had bills to pay. He would lie in bed for a few seconds, staring at the ceiling, asking himself how another day had already begun. He worked in a warehouse, 10 hours a day, lifting boxes, scanning barcodes, breathing dust and noise, listening to the same machines, the same complaints, and the same silence inside his head. At night, he would sit on the edge of his bed, shoes still on, body exhausted, mind restless. And he would ask himself one painful question: is this really my life? Daniel once had dreams, big dreams. He wanted to start his own business. He wanted to prove he was more than a paycheck. He wanted his son to look at him one day and feel proud. But life happened. Bills replaced dreams. Fear replaced hope. Responsibility replaced courage. And slowly, without even noticing, Daniel started quitting inside. One evening, after another exhausting shift, Daniel opened his phone. Bank balance, $43. Rent due in 3 days. Car payment overdue. His son needed school supplies. Daniel stared at the screen. His hands were shaking. His chest felt heavy. For the first time in his life, he whispered to himself, "I can't do this anymore." That night, he didn't go home right away. He went for a walk, just to breathe, just to feel human again. That's when he saw an old man sitting alone on a park bench, feeding pigeons. Daniel tried to walk past, but the old man spoke. "Hard day?" Daniel stopped. "Hard life," he replied. The old man smiled, not a fake smile, a calm, knowing smile. "You feel invisible," the old man said. "You feel late. You feel like everyone else figured life out. Except you." Daniel froze. "How do you know that?" he asked. "Because," the old man said, "I was you." They sat together. Minutes passed. Then an hour. The city noise faded. And for the first time in years, Daniel felt heard. Before leaving, the old man said something Daniel would never forget. "Success didn't change my life. Persistence did." Daniel asked, "But what if nothing ever changes?" The old man smiled again. "Then you change. And when you change, everything else follows." As he stood up, the old man added, "Winners don't win because they're stronger. They win because they stay, long after others quit." That night, Daniel went home quietly. The next morning, the alarm rang at 5:30 a.m. Daniel reached for it. He almost turned it off, almost quit. But he remembered the bench, the words, the calm voice, and he whispered, "Just don't quit today." After work, instead of collapsing on the couch, Daniel opened his laptop. 30 minutes. That was the deal. 30 minutes of learning. 30 minutes of trying. 30 minutes became an hour. An hour became a habit. Days passed. Weeks passed. Months passed. Nothing went viral. Nothing exploded. Nobody applauded. But Daniel kept showing up. 1 year later, he started a small online business. It didn't make him rich, but it made him $300, then $800, then more. The warehouse job became part-time. One evening, his son looked at him and said, "Dad, you always work on something. I like that." Daniel turned away, hiding tears. Because in that moment, he realized something important. He had already won, not because of money, not because of success, but because he didn't quit when quitting felt easy. If you're watching this right now, feeling tired, feeling behind, feeling lost, listen carefully. You're not late. You're not weak. You're still in the game. Don't quit today. Rest if you must. Cry if you need. Slow down if you're exhausted, but wake up tomorrow and try again. Because one ordinary decision, one stubborn moment, can change everything. You didn't win because life was easy. You won because you stayed.